Hi, it's Greg, and today let's see how to guess and define your lead's country in HubSpot. So if you have an activity that is concerned by different markets and countries, you need to be able to segment your database based on the specific countries of a lead. If you tried it already with native HubSpot properties, you might have faced some challenges that we will try to overcome today. So first of all, the thing you need to understand is HubSpot gives us free native properties to collect this country data. The first two ones are IP country and IP country code. So basically, these properties are updated automatically when a lead fill a form, and you can't modify them. It's HubSpot say this lead fill this form in Spain, so this lead is Spanish. That's all. It's based on the IP address of the lead, and we will see later on that is not 100% accurate. The third property HubSpot is giving us to collect the country data is country region. So this country is blank, and HubSpot let us the possibility to populate this field within a form submission, automation with workflows, or even manually by editing the property in a contact profile. This property, in my opinion, should not be used neither because it's a single line text. If it's a single line text and you put that in a field, in a form, leads will be able to fill this form in the way they want. So for instance, if a lead comes from UK, he will be able to write UK, United Kingdom, Great Britain, England, even like United Kingdom with a misspelling or mistyping. So basically for the same country, you will have an infinite amount of values and you will never be able to segment your database based on that property. Fortunately, HubSpot allows us to create custom properties, and we will try to see together how to create the best, in my opinion, country property. So to do so, you just need to go to your property settings and click on create property. You select a group, so it will be contact information, and you can name it the way you want. So country drop down, let's say. Next, and you will choose a drop down menu. Then instead of writing down manually all the country names, you can click on load options, choose options, country, load options, and you see that automatically HubSpot populate this property with all the different countries of the world. When you do so, just delete the first one and you can save this property. So now you have good property to collect data and to organize your database. So now that we set up this part, let's see the 4 different techniques I talk about in this video. The first technique is to use the IP country properties. So as I said before, it's automatic, it's really simple, and we don't need to ask anything to our leads. The only thing is not 100% accurate for 2 reasons. It's based on the IP address of a lead. So basically, if your lead is going on a holiday or on a business trip in another country, or if he's using a VPN, his IP address will not be representative of the country he's from, but in the country his VPN is set up, or in the country he's traveling at that moment. So basically, if a UK leads traveling to Spain for a weekend, fill your form, HubSpot will say, oh, this guy is from Spain, but it would be a UK lead. So if you use this country data just for reporting, it's fine because you can say, okay, I have this percentage of error I'm aware of. But if you use country properties to much more operational tasks, such as giving them to a specific sales rep or triggering a workflow that sends language-specific emails, you will not be able to communicate the good information at the good time, at the good lead. So if you want to use this property for operational use, I will advise you to use another technique. The second technique is the easiest of all, is to simply ask your lead in a form about his country. So if you have small forms, or if you have a really engaging lead magnet, it's okay to ask a lot of questions. But we know that more questions you will ask, less high will be your conversion rate. So if you think it will not be an issue for your conversion rate, you can ask this question directly in your form. As I said, don't use the native country region property in a form because people will be able to write whatever they want in this field. So it's way better to use this country drop-down property instead, and the lead will click on please select, type the first letter of his country, and he will get redirected to to his country area in the form based on the alphabetical order. The third technique is much more for people that have really organized and localized websites. So if you have a version for each language you're targeting on your website, so for instance, a UK version of your website, a French version of your website, a Spanish version of your website, you can use this technique. So this technique would be to, instead of having one form for all your websites, you will have one version of your form for each version of your website. So instead of having like main page form, you will have main page form UK, main page form FR, main page form ES, etc., etc., etc. The idea is, if you have a different form for each country, you can use this country drop down. Let's say it's the French version of the form. You can hide this field and you can pre-select a value for this field. So France is here. So by doing so, you redirect your lead to the French version of your website. They fill the French form and they will only see first name, last name, email, and HubSpot will automatically say, okay, this lead country is France because the form is hiding this field and automatically filling it. This strategy could be good, but be careful. Depending on how you run your campaigns and how you manage your website, it's not impossible that a French lead, for instance, click on a link that redirects to the UK website. And if he speaks English and he doesn't mind, he will fill the English form and it will be considered as English for HubSpot, even though it's French. And the fourth technique is, for me, the most reliable one, but the most complex to put in place. So based on my previous experience, I realized that the best way to define the lead country is to use his phone number. Because if a lead has a UK phone number, there is like really high percentage of chance that this lead is living in UK. So how to make that happen? First, when you ask for a phone number in your form, you never ask for mobile phone number. You always ask for phone number, this one. Why? Because this property and only this one allow you to show country code drop-down menu. If you do so, people, they will need to choose their country, so their international code, so plus 44, plus 1, plus 33, etc., before typing their phone number. So you will have a well-organized database with the same format of phone number everywhere, and you will be able to guess the country of the lead based on that. But HubSpot will not automatically say, okay, this French prefix number is linked to France, so this lead is French. So you will need to create a workflow to make it happen. So let's see how to do it together. You go to workflow, you create a workflow from scratch. It will be a contact-based workflow, and you use blank workflow. Then the trigger, enrollment trigger is really simple. Is for all contact properties, phone number is known. You apply the filter, you save. If you want to make this data dynamic and get updated every time there's a change, you can put the re-enrollment criteria and you save. So then you will make your research online to see which country has which country code, and you will apply them on the workflow. So in this example, let's say I have an activity that is targeting France, UK, and US. I will create if then branch for all these different possibilities. So I click on if then branch. My first branch will be France. Contact properties will be phone number, starts with any of plus 33, which is a French international code. Then I will duplicate that to create a second branch. We'll change France by UK. Phone starts with plus 44. I update, and I will do that a last time for US. I clone, I modify, and I change for plus 1. I update. For the non-met criteria, I will just say non-direct market, and I save. And then we see that If the phone number is a French one, it will go to France. If it's a UK one, it will go to UK. If it's a US one, it will go to US. If it's not one of these three countries, it will go to the non-direct market branch. Feel free to add like a static list saying like this number is not considered by my workflow. Maybe I will update my workflow later on. And once we have that, we just need to click on plus, set a property value, and choose the property we created together. So country drop down, and this one is France, and we save. And we repeat it for the two other branches. Instead of doing that, you can also click on action, clone this action, place here, save, and then just modify the France value by United Kingdom. And for the last one, US, we save, and we modify for United States. So that was a good technique, but as you see, it's only concerned our direct markets or the market we will set up, because there's like more than 190 countries in the world, I guess, so it might take a long time for you to set up everything. But if you only want to use this country field to define if a lead is from one of your markets, or to have like operational tasks, like such as putting this specific lead to the good sales rep, it might be enough. So it was my 4 techniques to guess and define a country of a lead in HubSpot. I hope this video makes you find the correct strategy for your portal, and if you liked it, don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Then, if you want to go deeper in your HubSpot understanding, I've created this private web page in Notion named the Workflow Box, where you will be able to find all the different workflows I designed in my channel. So for each workflow, you will have like a specific workflow profile that gives you context and interest for your portal, a video, a detailed blog post that gives more context on how to build and use this workflow, the different prerequisites you need to apply this workflow to your portal, and a practical case described step by step to make sure you don't forget any action to make this workflow in your portal. So if it's something that might interest you, I just put a link in the description that will redirect you to a short form. So don't hesitate to fill this form, and I will see you there. I hope it was clear enough. I wish you a great day and see you next week.